All right, guys, welcome back. Sam Terrell, Northwest Aeronaut, and today we're doing short field takeoffs and landings. Short field, of course, we have a short runway. Presumably there's obstacles on either end of the runway that we have to clear. So we are going to want to get up in the air and climb out at our VX speed, our best angle of climb to clear those obstacles. We're going to use as much runway as we can, get that power ran up before we release the brakes so that we know we have good power and a good engine before we start rolling down this short runway. We're going to climb out at VX with half flaps in this RV12, and once we clear those obstacles, we will pitch for our VY speed, and we will bring those flaps up once we achieve that. On landing, of course, we're going to be setting it down on a spot. The second stripe is our spot today. Our approach speed is going to be slightly slower at 55 knots, and we'll be using power as necessary to control that descent. All right, I don't see anybody in the pattern. I don't hear anybody. I'm going to make a call, and we're going to get lined up. We're going to do our short field takeoff. So half flaps coming in. All right. Twin Oaks traffic, RV12is Victor Alpha is departing 02, left close traffic, Twin Oaks. All right, so we're going to get lined up at the very end of the runway here. We want to use as much runway as possible, but we also want to make sure our nose wheel is straight. With this castering nose wheel, if it is off to one side or the other, as soon as you let those brakes go, you are shooting off to the side of the runway. So nose wheel straight, stick full back, half flaps, bringing the power up. All right, we got good power. Everything's in the green. We have our abort point identified. Here we go. Letting off the brakes, full right rudder here. Getting that nose up just slightly. This RV likes to have that nose up so that we protect that nose wheel. Airspeed's alive. Holding that center line. Everything's in the green. Rotate. Climbing out at 60. Until we get clear of those obstacles. We are now clear. I am pitching for VY at 75. And once I'm at 75, confirm that I have a positive rate of climb, flaps coming up. It is so critical, guys, to maintain that VX speed on climb out. As you can see, this RV gets up there pretty quickly. Really likes to climb. All right, then we're climbing out 75 here. We'll turn crosswind. Twin Oaks traffic, RV12is Victor Alpha, left crosswind 02, Twin Oaks. Twin Oaks traffic, RV12is Victor Alpha, left downwind 02, Twin Oaks. All right, guys, we do our before landing checklists. In this RV, I like to use the acronym BUGS, B-U-G-S, brakes have pressure, undercarriage is fixed, gas is on, pumps are on, and switches and seatbelts. Our lights are on, our seatbelts are on, we are good to go. Pre-landing checklist complete. All right, so short field landing. We are gonna get it on the ground. Second stripe is where we're setting it down. Our approach speed is going to be a little slower at 55. And we are going to pull the flaps up immediately when we are on the ground so that we get weight on those wheels and our brakes are more effective. We're starting our descent now in the wide arc, bringing in half flaps and pitching for 70 on the downwind leg here. Now we don't want to pitch up to pitch for 70 immediately, because if you just do that, you won't start the descent at the right time. So it's a matter of adding back pressure in while maintaining that descent to get to the right airspeed that you want. There we are at 70 there. All right, we're just about ready to turn base. Short field landings generally, again, they have obstacles on the approach side of the runway, so we're going to come in just a little bit high to simulate that we are clearing a 50-foot obstacle. Twin Oaks traffic, RV12is Victor Alpha, left base 02, Twin Oaks. All right, 65 on base here. And we'll go full flaps here. Twin Oaks traffic, 317 Victor Alpha, turning final 02, Twin Oaks. All right, pitching for 60 initially, and then we'll be slowing down to 55 here as we go on short final. Now, once you get below 60 in this plane, and in most planes, this thing's gonna sink like a rock. So we're gonna really have to be on that power to make sure we maintain our glide slope at that slower airspeed. All right, I'm gonna start bringing it down to 55 right now. This airplane's very easy to speed up, not so easy to slow down. All right, so I'm pitching and trimming for 55, using power as necessary to bring me in. Again, we're going to be setting it down on the first stripe, or within 100 feet of the beginning of it for commercial standards. All right, I'm a little fast still, getting down to 55 here. 55, pitching for my airspeed, using power to control my rate of descent. There's 55. There's 55, a little bit slow, adding a little bit of power. Here we go, right on the second stripe. And we're still flying it. We're not letting it land. We're flying it all the way to that second stripe. We are not letting it land. We're not letting it land. We're not letting it land. Right onto the second stripe there. And then flaps coming up. Simulate max braking. And we can make it off at this first high-speed taxiway, no problem. All right. Twin Oaks traffic, 317 Victor Alpha, clear of 02, taxiing back, Twin Oaks. Perfect. We will stop here, clean up our airplane. Flaps are already up because we did that. For the short field, generally we don't want to touch flaps till we're off the runway. But for a short field, we need to get them up so that we have weight on those wheels and our brakes are more effective. All right, trim is reset. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it was helpful. Remember, with a short field landing, we want to get on the ground. We want to have a spot landing, get on the ground where we want to put it down on the ground. Controlling airspeed is paramount as always. And you're going to need a little extra power at those slower airspeeds to keep the airplane from sinking too extremely. So please, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the future videos coming out in the coming weeks. Next week, we will be talking about power off 180s. So until then, resume your own navigation. See you guys.